Hello, 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 bags and designer tags. We're talking about
Oh, my bad. I was feeling myself.
not ready as usual.
No, I'm ready. I was just feeling the vibe with that intro, bitch. We are doing Canada's Drag Race episode 6.
6. Yes. Okay, I'm finally in the groove with it. So
Yes.
I'm finally kind of like invested in the personalities.
Yeah, I remember their names now.
More, yeah, I can remember their names. There's more storylines. There's more backstory. I think that's what I'm missing. We didn't have a lot of backstory on these girls.
True.
And
We're getting it now.
even with the newer Drag Race girls, like you kind of know them from Instagram already.
Right.
So it's like like we said, we've been saying all along, we didn't know none of these girls. Didn't know this. We don't know the guest stars. We don't know the girls. We don't even know that much about Canada as a country.
Right.
You know, there are still many, but this episode in particular, they didn't have that many like Canadian inside jokes. There wasn't all that kind of like zingers.
Yeah, I'm trying to get used to it now.
Yeah, so it is. Okay, well, let's get into it.
So they back in the workroom.
You love to talk about the boy illusions. Your favorite topic, the boy illusions.
So I just put this in and we can go over it really kind of quick. But what is Jimbo gives us rocker realness? That's his aesthetic.
Yeah,
boy,
so Jimbo's interesting because he is not very femme, you know, as a man.
Yeah.
But he really fully commits to his characters.
Yeah.
And so it's almost jarring.
Yeah, you're right. Because I thought I subconsciously was thinking about that too. I was just like, what's off? And you're right, that's what it is, I guess.
Mm-hmm. Because you don't like Boa's personality or Lemon, you know, their personalities are very kind of similar in or out of drag.
Right.
So, but Jimbo is it's almost like a character actor.
Yeah,
you know?
that's true.
Come a little closer, a little off camera here. Okay, so let's talk. So Jimbo with his rocker chic, Lemon staying on brand, of course. With
that is literally like a Mrs. Roper robe.
I didn't clock it either. I just thought it was like a little boa.
I did at first too, but then I saw when I was watching, they filmed it from the back and it was like sheer, and I was like, oh my gosh, she's literally wearing a Mrs. Roper robe.
And then Priyanka with her normal no male fashion sense.
Yeah.
Boa looking like she robbed the sales section of Forever 21 fire sale. Rita.
Rita, oh no.
Oh, Rita, honey. And then for some reason, Elona really always like gives you that good Gen Z, you know, Fashion Nova.
True. I would say Elona's the most fashionable as a boy.
Mm-hmm. And then Scarlett Bobo, and also her and Boa went shopping together at the Forever 21 fire sale.
Male and female section.
Yes. All right. Then Jeffrey comes out once again in that funky ass suit she's always wearing. Never can get the fit right. Never.
Well, because I was.
Oh, okay.
Because I was. What is it about her and those?
The crop
pants.
Yeah.
Like, those are, in fact, I would even say that's actually done now.
Well, let's just get into it now. I was going to get into it later. He's just trying too hard in general with the eyeshadow and the attitude in the workroom, these outfits. It's like he's trying to be. Yeah,
I feel like he's now on the show, and it's like he's like suddenly surrounded by so many queens. But when I've seen him before in the past on other shows, that wasn't really his personality.
Right, and I think that's the disconnect. I think that's why people are really not feeling it, because we all liked him on American Drag Race when he guested. No one had anything negative to say, and now all of a sudden he's just all this attitude.
Right.
Just, and it feels very forced. Like when they criticized, oh gosh, why am I blanking on her name right now? This really skinny dance queen, the white one.
From this season?
No, from like season 6.
Dance queen, the white one.
Oh, why am I blanking on her name? Laganja Estranja.
Oh.
Like when they were really critical about Laganja being really extra put on, that sassy. It's the same thing with Jeffrey. It just seems really put on and really flawless.
Yeah, it just seems false. And it's also just like he seems like he's trying to be RuPaul too hard. Even when he came into the workroom, just like the way he enters, it's like he's trying to channel
and he's
RuPaul.
Trying to have those heart-to-heart moments that Ru can have. But, I mean, you can really only have them if you're being authentically yourself and you have that really full-blown thing that RuPaul has going on. And it's just like... It's just fake. It just comes off really,
It's coming off fake because he's trying to channel RuPaul, though. That's the thing. Like, he's trying to do it just like RuPaul, the tone, just like the mannerisms, and as opposed to just being himself. So I think that's what the problem is.
Yeah, definitely. And then I didn't. So they did this challenge where they were mediums.
Yeah, they have to be mediums.
Yeah, mediums. So and see the future
and tell the future for Crystal from Drag UK, which I thought was cute.
I've seen Drag Race UK, but it's like Canada. I don't really.
I had to think for a minute too. I was like, wait, who was she? And I was like, oh yeah, she was from Canada. That's how I remembered.
Yeah, I didn't realize it was her until they announced it was Crystal from that, because they kept being like, is that somebody?
Well, the only reason I remember her is because I was just like, oh yeah, she's actually cute as a boy. Because I remember she was one of the cuter ones as a boy.
Oh, see,
I remember because she had the chest hair. That's like her thing too. I
have watched that show so late at night, I barely even register these girls.
Yeah.
So this mini challenge went okay. I thought Rita Baga was really great. She didn't get a lot of credit for that. Priyanka cannot do an impression to save her life.
Which is the funny part because she's the actress.
Yeah. Scarlett Bobo, I don't even register what she did. Bobo, why was she going in and out of that accent? I didn't really quite understand that. And it was good at some points, and then it would drop off and then become, you were like, what are you doing?
The thing is, she was doing all this movement that only Jeffrey could see, which I guess is fine because Jeffrey's the one judging too, but it's not fully about Jeffrey, it's about the guest as well. So it's just like nobody can see what you're doing, but it was hilarious though too.
Yeah,
so I don't know. So I did like her though, that's the thing, because I did like when she took off the number. So it's just like, I don't know.
Liked Elona's outfit. It was, but it was okay. Lemon, I thought, looked pretty. I don't really quite understand why she
I don't think that what she went. I don't think she was
I didn't really get that. I thought Jimbo was hilarious.
I thought Jimbo was funny again.
I'm surprised Jimbo or Rita didn't win. I really am.
That's what I was expecting. Well, I wouldn't give it to Rita, but Jimbo, yeah.
So then Jeffrey comes into the workroom with these false moments.
Trying to channel Rue,
not working. None of the styling in his suit is working.
Like, well, the suit styling isn't bad. It just didn't need to be cropped. That's my biggest issue. I'd rather you tuck the drawstrings in. This is coming from a stylist standpoint right now. So I need the drawstrings tucked in. I need the hemline of the pant to be lowered because it doesn't need to be cropped anymore. The shoe, I need a red shoe to bring out red from the stripe, or a white shoe to bring down the white. The turtleneck is right. We lose the necklace because it's unnecessary. It's taken away from the minimalism lines. Other than that, there's good ideas, but it's the way it's executed. It could have been better. And then that on top of trying to be Rue. But this is the lesser of evils that I've seen him in the workroom though.
Ladies and gentlemen, these are the things that keep him up.
Well, no, I'm a stylist, bitch. That's what I do. I'm an attack of illusion.
I'm just like, your suit is ugly, and I moved on.
No, bitch, I have to give explanations for things and why they're ugly.
And so Lemon and Priyanka, so then they do a skit as lady lawyers, or they're prepping for a skit as lady lawyers. So it's Lemon and Priyanka, Boa and Scarlett Bobo, Rita, Boa, and Jimbo, which I thought were all pretty good pairings.
Yeah, well, they thought that Miss Lemon was being messy.
Yeah, people were really coming from Lemon in this episode. I just did not understand where that was coming from. I was like, Jesus, what has she done to you all?
Yeah, I was like, but I mean, yeah, I don't even think she was necessarily being messy when she
They weren't even that nasty in India, and she was really scheming on All Stars.
Well, we found out about her scheming later, though. In the beginning, she kind of was like the nice one, for the most part, but yeah.
But I was like, damn, what did Lemon do?
True. Yeah, I mean, I don't think she was being that messy with the picking, but... So then they did the challenge.
The challenge. Who was your favorite?
I don't know. I'm sorry. I thought the monkey knuckle was a gag.
Bridget Big Bowls.
Like, she's so fucking silly. And that was funny, but they were raving about Rita, but I wasn't too impressed by her.
I actually love the sisters, the sissies. Boa and
did you? I thought
Scarlett.
That was funny too. Well, I did. I'm not gonna lie. I did crack up when she literally spit on her and when she smacked the fuck out of her with a book. That did make me laugh.
Right.
But I also thought that the talk was funny too, because when she fell into the split and with the accent, I thought it was cute.
But man, I mean, Priyanka, for somebody who did 8 years on children's television, and children's television is like skits, very small format. You have to just kind of move from one thing to the other. It's not like this big production.
Right.
She cannot act to save
But I don't think she was that bad.
She wasn't that bad, but I've always expected more. She was terrible in the mini challenge as the medium once again. I'm like, that is not your lane, honey. Not your lane.
Well, I mean, children's comedy is different.
Okay, so Stacey comes out. I've actually been impersonating Stacey a lot to Ronald.
He's been doing a Stacey all day.
All day, and I'll be like, Ronald, are we going to eat Thai food today for lunch? Brooklyn looking very femme.
Brooklyn's looking like a gypsy move.
Yeah. But what did you think about that? Because that was a lot of dress.
It's too much fabric. But unless she wanted to be she wanted to channel fortune teller from the earlier challenge. I don't know, but that's exactly what she looked like. But it's a no.
Yeah, she
I'm not feeling that
does not have one aesthetic. That Brooklyn, she's such a chameleon. You never really know what's going to come out.
Yeah.
And then sometimes it's good, and sometimes
I don't know if that's a good or a bad
thing.
She
really has no in between.
I don't know what her drag voice is necessarily.
Oh no, not at all. I couldn't tell you.
Yeah, that's the problem.
And then
she looks good, but
Jeffrey decided to wear pants for once.
But can we get into Jeffrey's illusion? Like, what is he? He's giving me very like.
It's just trying to be like that sassy gay at happy hour,
He's giving me gay Hamilton,
right?
With like the pussy collar and like
really burnt out.
The sleeves. It's very dated, and it's just it's trying way too hard. It's trying way too hard.
And then they trouted out the body of Tom Green, who I actually wasn't sure was dead or alive until I had to Google it. So for those of you who don't know, Tom Green was like a decently known celebrity of the Y2K generation. He had his own show, the Tom Green Show on MTV, which really opened the doors for like Jackass and all of those dumb shows that are on MTV. He really was the first one, to have a show of that nature. And then he was also briefly married to Drew Barrymore for a moment. So, but what did you think of his...
But that being said, I don't know. Like, I don't want to segregate, if you will, for orientation. But there's just something... I don't want to say there shouldn't be straight cis male judges, but they need to bring some sort of like actual value with what the fuck they're talking about. Like if it's going to be a straight male judge, then it needs to be someone who has worked as a model or someone in order to bring actual... It makes sense with what their commentary is for what they're saying for when they're doing their critiques. He is literally a comedian and just kikiing, and it's just like he doesn't know what he's talking about.
2 examples from the American version of Drag Race who were really great, really bad, who were cis straight. Jeff Goldblum from
exactly, because he's actually I would call him somewhat of a fashion icon, kind of. Well, I mean, that's a stretch, but he has a fashion voice and a fashion taste and his own personal aesthetic. Homeboy here showed up wearing a thermal from Costco in bulk on sale and a blazer with a tired pocket square looking disheveled and jeans.
I was going to ask what your thoughts were this because this looks like the dad who put on his one good dinner jacket he had for the PTA meeting.
Exactly.
And the wife had to call down to the basement because he was down there growing pot.
Exactly.
That's what this looks like.
And on the way out, she was like, tuck your shirt in at least, and he did what he could. So it's just that's not how you come to the main stage. So so when I saw that, that's what made me be like, is there a place? And I don't want to segregate, but I'm just saying, I would like there to be inclusion all around, but there needs to be inclusion for straight cis men who actually can bring something to the table.
It's just, I don't even
other than a kiki.
I don't even think you need to take it down to like straight cis. If you are on Drag Race and you're a guest judge or on Drag Race in any capacity, you need to bring value to
That's
the table.
True. Yeah, I guess you could put it like that too. But
we've had a lot of cis women who haven't done shit for the show, So.
Well, I mean, yeah, you're right. That's true too. But I'm just saying, you're right, because you're right, that's true. There's plenty of straight male allies, if you will, too. But I'm just thinking, I guess, since we don't see it as much, when we do see the straight male, it would be nice that they're bringing something to the table to represent the allyship for straight men, and that they can actually to be a part of drag. Now, when he comes on, he almost turned drag into viewing clowns, and he turned everything into a joke, and he wasn't bringing any, it was just like a kiki for him being there, and it wasn't serious.
And
so he dumbed down.
He sucked all the energy out of the room too with his terrible, terrible jokes.
I know. And then he started talking about like how the costume he wore was the exact same one of when he was a kid, and it was just like, no, like it's just, and then he called his mother. He was being very like, it's about me now.
Right. Well, that was an old stunt he used to do on the show, calling the parents and doing all that. So that's what that harkened back to. But what I was going to say about my Jeff Goldblum point, Tom Green is the Joel McHale of the Canadian Drag Race.
Joel McHale would have been good. Yeah. Joel McHale would have actually wore something comparable to that. But the thing is, Joel McHale, I feel like he can conduct himself a little bit more where he could have at least unpacked the outfits a little bit better, and he can at least be a little bit more objective. He may not know about it, but he'll be a little bit more objective. To me, he was just there saying, just agreeing with everyone. It has no opinions of his own.
And this is why we need Rue back on American or Canadian Drag Race, because Rue would have never let this outfit fly on the main stage.
That's true, because there's a good chance he didn't see what he's not seeing what they wear when they go out.
I never want to see this.
Yeah, that's unacceptable. Again. But the thing is, like, well, who was your other example?
Oh, that was it.
I thought you said two, Jeff Goldblum.
Well, I thought Joel McHale, because Michelle read him for being all loud and bro.
But the thing is, even when he was on there, he was loud and bro, but he still tried his best to unpack the outfits.
Yeah, I'll say that.
I just felt like he was just making everything, like, I feel like to him he was at like a circus,
right,
as opposed to appreciating the art form of it.
Yeah, it's exactly like you said. It was a bad fit. He sucked all the energy out of the room. Mm-hmm. He didn't know enough about the space. He couldn't really give any constructive criticism.
Yeah, if you're not exactly. If you're not able to bring constructive criticism either in the form of acting or the main stage, I feel like you shouldn't be there. Whereas like Joel McHale was able to bring constructive criticism at the very least in some form, whether it be the challenges or the runway, or you really should be able to do both though. But to me, I feel like he just didn't belong there. So the next, because I would like, and I'm not saying there shouldn't be there, because I would like to see more cis straight men on the show, but I feel like was a bad representation of it.
No.
Now, if I were to, let's think of a example, because I like to do examples. I'd like to see.
She's going for that hour and a half.
I'd like to see like a George Clooney.
Yeah, but they ain't never gonna get that.
Why? He's not homophobic.
No, he's not homophobic. He's a major star. That'd be like Julia Roberts.
Girl, he is not a major star like that. If Lady Gaga can do it, he can bring his ass there.
Well, yeah, but Lady Gaga is like the ally. I think that's like a whole nother echelon of
I think he would
international actor.
You act like RuPaul is just some little basement show. It's literally like one of the biggest shows right now. It would benefit him to be on the show.
It's on cable at the end of the day.
But still, it's a big show. Like if it would bring him back, because I mean, like we've kind of, for lack of a better word, we've kind of like forgot about him. So. Oh, no shit. Who's tripping about Miss Clooney like that right now?
But
Mr. Clooney like that right now.
That's not even like his zone. He's all into those international rights and
I know, but I'm just saying. Like, I just think him going on the show would bring like even more of a resurgence to him and more attention back to him, because it's been a while since we've seen him do anything. So that would be who's your suggestion?
Who I think could be really fun. I would like somebody who the girls would be really like gagging all over, like Mario Lopez or something like that.
Oh no, not him, because I don't like him because he can be homophobic. He's homophobic. Now he's
he's had some issues, but
he's conservative and he has issues with trans people. Trans killed, so he's chopped.
Okay.
And he also shouldn't. He goes back to, he kind of would be able to speak to the acting because he would in the past. And since he does extra, he kind of is like around the fashion, but he also wouldn't. He's not that. The reason I said George Clooney is because I feel like he at least has his own fashion aesthetic to himself to understand fashion a little bit more.
Also saying somebody that they could get. I wasn't trying to be like, oh, Brad Pitt.
Brad Pitt? That would be a gag too. He's has movies coming out too.
You were living in a fantasy booking world.
What? I'm trying to figure out what have you been watching recently? Because
they're major international movie stars
in the past, but they're not relevant like that now, Shane.
The girls do it because they're going to keep heat. They do it because they're doing it because they view as fans. I'm talking about the Miley, the Christina. It's like
they're doing
their
exposure
audience
to come
is
back
not
to.
that. Brad Pitt and George Clooney's audience is not a Drag Race.
His audience is. Gays are Brad Pitt's audience. Are you kidding me? They were, at least.
I just don't see it. I'd be happy if they did, but I just don't see it.
Because he's somebody who I also feel people have forgotten about. So doing RuPaul's Drag Race, the world would essentially gag like, oh my God, they have, and it's going to bring back more attention to him. And he's done a movie like a year ago or so, right? A year ago or so, right? So it brings more attention back to that movie. It just brings more attention back to him, period. And I'm sure he's working on other movies. You need to stay relevant on shows that are relevant. And if I were to like narrow down the top 3 at least reality shows right now, I would say RuPaul is at least in the top 3.
Oh yeah, without question, with all the Emmys and all of that.
Exactly. So it's just like, it's really good press to be a part of. You act like it's some little chopped show.
I'm not saying that. I just think that I just don't see it happening.
Or is it underlining that you're thinking they're homophobic?
No. I don't think either of them are homophobic at all.
No, well, why would they do it? I feel like that's really good press.
Well,
and you get tens. People will be like, yes, he's an ally. And yes, he's
If they did, I'd be very happy if they did. All right, well, let's focus on Canada.
Well, I mean, she still could. They could.
All right, so they do the denim. What was it? It wasn't denim on denim. It was like denim tuxedo.
Canadian tuxedo.
It's Canadian tuxedo. Okay, that's what.
But didn't they say it like Canadian tuxedo or something like
that? Yeah.
So I thought that had an undertone of like there was supposed to be a tuck, but maybe not.
And so Scarlett Bobo came out in this little pagoda shoulder moment. She can be one note with her drag. You know, it's always kind of.
Well, I call it the low budget detox.
Yeah. Basically.
Less refined detox.
So I'm usually the one who writes notes on.
Today I was feeling notes.
But Prada wrote this and I'm just dying. Children's theater with no budget.
Because that's exactly what it was. Just like, oh, you guys, we need to do a Peter Pan costume, or we need to do some costume where they need to fly wings, and that's the best of wings they could figure out because there's no budget.
Is this Boa's hip pads, or is she just kind of this? Is this her shape?
She gave herself hip pads.
Well, that is hip pads, so
which was good. She gave herself a good shape, but what she didn't do was she tried it with those plastic titties, and where we see the neck. We literally can see the plastic neckline.
They were just
to put a choker on or something.
They weren't like India Farah bouncy. They were like rock
and they had
hard.
Well, India Farah had the decency to use silicone. She literally used plastic. We see sheen. India Farah's was matte, at least. She tried it. Do
you have a close up on that later?
No, I should have found one.
Okay. Yeah, because I love when well, we'll go over it later. We'll go over that. I want spoiled surprise for anybody. And then, living for Jimbo with this Leah Bowery moment. And what about the shape? So shapely from Jimbo. That was really surprising. So love the pony, love the patchwork. I mean, this was 10s across the board for me.
Yeah.
So this was really well executed.
Yeah, this is one of the ones that I would actually wear.
And the fit was just divine. So
yeah, for sure.
Definitely could not be comfortable. So I also give Jimbo 10s for
this. That is fashion, honey. That's from a runway.
Right. It's not even about being in a comfort zone. Like, it's just uncomfortable.
Girl, doesn't nobody give a fuck about comfort? You're on the main stage. Comfort is the last thing that you should be worrying about right now. Just make sure you slay.
I guess that is true. All right, who's next? Okay, and we have Elona in this.
So here's the thing. This is actually the second outfit that I would actually wear. I actually really like the design. It just needs tweaking. So she needs to bring the hemline of the pants a little bit up some because she's swimming in it. It looks like she's swimming. It doesn't look intentional. It just looks like it hasn't been altered yet. Hasn't been hemmed yet. But the cut and the design is actually really cute and it's really chic. And it's made really well, actually, with the stitching and everything. It's actually made really well. But she didn't give herself a body shape. That's why she looks like a can of Spam, because she does look like a can. That's exactly what her body looks like. She looks like that can of Spam, and right down to the colors.
Do you think she would have been able to do pads with this?
Yeah, because then she would do
bum out.
Yeah, because all the drag queens do pads in their ass out when they do the thing, but it's just that they put the pantyhose over it. You put the pantyhose over the pads.
What do you think about her baby hairs being?
I actually kind of like the baby hairs. The baby hairs were cute. But yeah, like Miss Cracker literally has like a bodysuit that she puts on.
Yeah.
So it's like you can need something like that. You need a shape like that. But she literally looks straight up and down, no titties, nothing. So she looks like a can of Spam. Like, I'm dead serious. Right down to the colors of the Spam. Like, it's literally a replica of her. If you turn the scan this way, it's a replica of her. And then, but I do like the design. And then she had the nerve to have her ass out. And while I don't like the delivery of Jeffrey when he said she should have put coverage on it, he did say it kind of snarky and it was rude. But she did.
Jeffrey being rude, never.
But he's not wrong. She does need coverage. Girls out there with ass with bumps and shit on it, and red rosacea on her ass, and all types of shit. But she wasn't wrong. She could have put because I don't know if any of those queens want to touch her ass to put makeup on it. But she could have just put because I heard it's actually really good and doesn't transfer the Kim Kardashian body coverage. She has her own coverage, but people actually say it's really good though. I know you don't like her, but people say it's really good and it actually doesn't get onto clothes. So she could have done that because then she could just
call Kylie Jenner surgeon and call it a day.
No, but then yeah, people said she could do that. But then honestly though, don't do that because that's the least of her problems. The ass being all not needing coverage is actually the least of it. The actual problem of the ass is that it's flat and looked like that pancake, which is why I put the picture of that pancake because that's what her ass looks like. She needs booty pads, so that comes back to make yourself a body shaped suit with pads, and then put the thong over it, so that you actually have an ass and hips, and then that would have filled everything else, and you wouldn't. But don't come on the runway with flapjack ass. So that's all I have to say about that. But that being said, it's actually the second outfit I would wear because I do like the design and I see the design to it. But she didn't need to wear it, not having that hog body. But anyway, continue.
Was there any feelings you don't feel you addressed?
Next, basically. Ooh, honey, she tried it, but it was cute.
Oh, hi, Rita.
Now this is what gagged me. I almost wanted to put her in the bottom for this, simply because, yeah, you had all these stunts. But first of all, is that even denim? Like, is it like a chambray or something? Because to me, it doesn't read denim. I'm just seeing a blue fabric. Maybe in person, it's like more denim. Maybe. But I just saw a blue denim. But that I can get over with. But
it started so good on the runway, with the shape on love. Why do you feel like she needed the reveal with black rolls?
These girls love a stunt, but
she's not a body girl.
Exactly, and it shows because she tried it. So she reveals sleeves, pulls off the sleeves. I guess that's cute, fine. Pulls off the little vest. And then she has a bodysuit. Fine, I guess. We turn around. Bitch has rolls sticking through the bodysuit.
I mean, this is what I'm saying,
Because she's squeezed in it so tight.
Rita and I are probably near the same age, and this is what I'm saying about, like, Madonna and a lot of people. There's an age. If you are not a body girl, like, if you are not giving, like, Tatiana detox body.
No, because I don't want to say that if you're not sample size, you can't wear a bodysuit. I don't want to say that either because then we're segregated.
She need to make a body shape then because there was no shape to be found here.
Well, the hips were somewhat there. It's better than Elona Burley, but
I just think that you should just be putting yourself out in the best public light, and this was not it.
I think if you're going to do a bodysuit and you have rolls, I figure out how to conceal them. So I don't want to say you can't wear it all together, but turn it into a one piece so that the two breakage between the bra and the rest of the bodysuit doesn't create rolls. Mm-hmm. So that's where her problem was, because then if it was just a one piece, we wouldn't have seen those rolls. So that's where my problem is. And now going down to small details, it may seem small to you guys or whatever, but to me it irks me from a stylist standpoint. I can clock the black Velcro, use navy Velcro.
I didn't even know what that was until you wrote it because she had it on for the reveal. Mm-hmm. Now
it's minor to you guys, maybe, but it's big to me because it's just like I spotted it a mile away. I'm just like, I see the bitch's Velcro. You tried it. So little things like that. You're on the main stage and you're trying to win. Come prepared. It's just small. Like, just like, no one told her that when she was getting ready. Like, bitch, I can sleep.
I don't think I think she just had that outfit on. I don't think anybody thought she was going to do all that cha-cha.
Well, then also, too, I mean, granted, she probably did the reveal so fast no one clocked it, but it's just like, well, you read Jimbo for her not doing her arms. You should have read her, too, for that Velcro, because that irks me.
maybe the producers give her some notes and be like, you need to calm down that toot toot beat beat you've been giving us
maybe.
every week.
But I'm just saying, but from like a stylist fan, it's minor, yes, and that shouldn't take away too much points. But it's
but like you said, it's a really easy fix.
It's an easy fix, and it's just like, just come prepared and don't give the judges a chance. And they didn't clock it, lucky for her, but don't give them anything to clock. So she could have easily fixed that, because I stood out like a sore thumb to me. But even if it didn't stand out, it didn't need the reveal. It's ugly to begin with. The whole thing was just a no one looks cheap and tacky. But next,
where did white come from? Is white made of denim as well? Oh, I don't know. Don't you feel like she needed to break it up though? It would have been.
But here's the thing: we need to meet the brief. Denim on denim means denim on denim, and it should hit you in the face. Denim on denim.
Think this was like a bathing suit. She meant this to be like a bathing suit, bodysuit.
And is it denim?
There's denim boot, denim top, denim.
Now,
hat.
Shane, you are a stylist too. We don't do shit half-assed. When we get a brief, it needs to be on the brief. Denim on denim means denim on denim. What is a Canadian tuxedo means denim on denim.
I guess that's true.
Exactly. So I don't know. I can't speak to if the bodysuit the white part is denim or not. I'm not going to say for sure, but it doesn't look like it to me. But even if it is, you should have, if you wanted to break it up, she could have used a light blue and it would have read at least like they both were denim.
I wonder
if you use a light blue.
Think about that. Are they even allowed to do white denim? So if somebody came out all white.
I think you can do whatever denim you wanted to, because even Bobo. Was it Bobo? Jimbo. Wait, no, Bo.
Jimbo, Scarlett Bobo, or Boa?
Scarlett Bobo, yeah. They're too similar. Scarlett Bobo, she did kind of like an acid wash effect. So you can manipulate the denim any way you want, but apparently. But if she doesn't have the coins to get the bodysuit to be at least use enough coins to get a light blue one, and then it would have tricked her eyes into thinking at least it's like a light denim and a dark denim. That's a simple fix too. But don't come out with a stark white and we're just looking at it like that looks like a jersey knit to me.
The body and the face look good. Yeah. The mug and the body look good.
But you need to meet the brief. That's more important. It's almost more important than the makeup to me, to be honest with you. Because brief meet the brief. It's important.
All of a sudden, now all she cared about. The performances could be terrible, but she's like, she looked amazing.
When did I do that? I always read them to filter if they don't meet the brief. That's my biggest pet peeve. You better meet the brief, bitch.
Oh, lemon, honey.
And then lemon.
Oh, you go ahead and take this one, because I'm just
here's the thing.
about this.
Here's the thing. It's not that bad. It's not. Like, she has good ideas in there.
What was her idea here?
Well, she kind of wanted to do like a drop leg kind of moment, but it could have easily been fixed. And she Brooklyn said it best, because she was just like, well, Brooklyn actually named a lot of shit that needed to be fixed. She basically was like, start over, because then Brooklyn tried it too, because Brooklyn started talking about gold chains, and I was just like, no, because now you're getting tacky too, bitch.
I was like, she need to take some away from here. So.
Right, but Brooklyn did say, because that's what irks me is the shoe. Brooklyn said a pump, and that's very true. A pump would have slayed this, because why the fuck do you have those fucking nude Tims?
It's just like a lot going on. It's like it's trying to be like Aaliyah on top. Yeah. It's trying to be like J-Lo on the bottom, and then some like. Well,
see, here's the thing though, because I actually like that sleeve, because it's kind of, there's something about the sleeve that's kind of like new and fresh to me. How it's like almost like a bell-bottom sleeve, as they said. That's kind of new and fresh to me, and I'm kind of feeling that. And I kind of like the pant, but it's just too many breakage points. So maybe if that bodysuit moment was kind of similar to Elona's actually, where it's like a bodysuit and then the chaps, something like that, and then those long sleeves, that might have been cool. Just something to like kind of Lemon break it up in so many sections.
Why do you feel like Lemon wasn't in the bottom for this challenge? Because that outfit was pretty awful.
Well, no, because she did really well in her acting challenge. Like, that acting, she was pretty good in that challenge. You can't send her home. I think the people who were in this actually deserve to be in the bottom.
So moving on to that. It was Boa and Elona. So I was shocked that Boa did not bring it a little bit more, because she really just seems like a fighter. Like, if she seems like you like put her in a corner, she'll just like duke it
Boa?
out. Boa.
I don't know.
So, and I just feel like Elona would like crumble But Elona really turned it. I mean, that was a really good sync. So, but that's what I'm saying. I think, like, if, like, Elona's like a cat, like the last cat to be adopted before, like, death. She would, you know, crawl her way out of the cage. Sure. And so, you know, I saw that, but I guess I thought Boa would be that personality, too. So it was just kind of shocking that Boa kind of didn't know the words. It was kind of one note.
Yeah, Boa didn't know the words. Like, that's what I put in there. Like, she just, because there were points where she would, like, look to the side, and I was just like, oh, no, she doesn't know the words. That's why she's looking that way. Mm-hmm. And she just wasn't, like, she wasn't bad, but she also wasn't good. So it's like, I was expecting more, but then at the same time, I kind of knew in the back of my mind that, like, Elona was going to slay Boa. I mean, like,
Elona was just incredible. She really got the nuance.
Like, she got the nuance. Boa didn't get the nuance.
You could tell Elona has lived those words, so she had so much feeling and emotion.
What, bitch? Boa's lived those words too. She beat up in the hotel room.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, and that part was very, very sad.
That was really sad.
Hear. So, and that also is a PSA to you young children: be careful who you meet at the club. And be careful who you keep your company with. And I know you're all going to make mistakes, but learn from Boa's mistakes. Yeah, and you cannot trust everybody.
See, and this is where they're starting to bring in storylines and get, like, real, which is nice. I like when they do that, when we get to learn about the queens on the show. So I like when they do that. So this was a really good one to have, a good storyline to have, because that was just like, it's good.
All right.
PSA, but
and then Elona wins the end.
Elona won that challenge, as she should have. But yeah, this episode, this was a good episode.
Yeah, I liked this episode. It had some emotion. We had a good sync. We had some, you know, good fashion. So yeah, I was happy. I'm more vested in it now than I was. So I actually, like, want to watch the next episode where I was like, I just feel like it was kind of a chore, like, for the show to watch.
Yeah, well, it's getting better. The challenges are getting better too. I think. I didn't look at the preview. I never watched the preview for the next episode, but I'm waiting till the Michelle Visage episode, because that's what I'm, like, looking forward to.
Oh, I really want to see Michelle Visage and Stacey together.
They're probably Kiki though.
Michelle Visage. Welcome to Canada's Drag Race.
Well, how about Stacey directing them? Because that was a gag. Stacey is a gag.
Ladies, you do not have enough time.
Right.
To make your skit good.
She's like, I would say for that challenge of, like, out of, like, all the directors, she's actually, like, the most, I mean, well, I guess Ross.
Oh, Ross is such a good director. Yeah.
And he's really motherly, but she was, like, extremely motherly. She was just, like,
she was good.
Telling them to pull their blazer down
Boa,
and shit.
You don't have all the time in the world. Boa. Scarlett Bobo.
She's nice though. She's, like, the more, like, nice.
By the way, I've been doing this all day. I picked Ronald up from the train station. I've been doing this all day.
She has been doing this all day.
I don't know why.
It's just like, but is it racist? No.
Rude.
I'm just kidding. Well, I mean, that between that and when you do the Harriet bitch.
I don't know why, but we went to go see Hustlers in the theater, and they had that poster for the Harriet Tubman movie with Cynthia Erivo. And then every time it passed by, I don't know why, I was compelled to be like, Harriet. Because, like, you know, it just seemed all so dramatic and heavy, so I just wanted to be like, Harriet.
So slavery's funny to you.
Here we go. Here we go.
I'm just kidding, guys. No, but Canada's Drag Race. So I would say it's getting better. This is one of my favorite episodes. Yeah. Well, just based off of, like, the challenges and stuff in the runway. I really like when they have to give us challenges. I like when they have to bring fashion and really hit a brief. I mean, they've done that in the past, but this one I really like, because I really can, like, identify with the denim on denim thing, because I really like denim on denim. So I really like seeing that and see how they interpret that. But the fashion just in general is getting better. And I always wonder if the songs are pre-chosen or if they choose the lip sync songs based on who's in the bottom.
Oh, pre-chosen, for sure.
Yeah. Because it's just like, what would have happened if it was like a fucking... Like,
Rita would have been out on the first, like, verse of Alicia Cara. So that Rita Baga.
She wasn't in the bottom.
I'm saying if she was, like, that was a very Gen Z song. Like, so it was good the two young girls did it because.
Well, but then I'm just
like, could you imagine if Rita and Jimbo tried to do that if they were up against one another? That would be.
Jimbo actually might slay it.
Maybe. So, Jimbo seems like he would be responsible enough to learn the words and go outside his comfort zone and to bring a good performance. So.
True. No, but I'm saying, what if, like, what if they, like, gave, for these two, like, I'm trying to think of, like, what song, like, what if you gave them, like, I don't know, like, something that's, like, super, like, ratchet. I don't know if they would have been able to turn that.
I think they would have been able to turn ratchet. I don't think they would have been able to do, like, Britney.
Elona, yeah. No, I'm talking about Elona and Boa. Mm-hmm. Do you think, what if we gave them, like, a Cardi song? Do you think they could have turned? I think Elona would have, but I don't know if Boa could have.
I think Boa could have.
Really?
I think Boa would have.
Actually, maybe.
Yeah.
I guess. But I just feel like, I only like giving the slow songs, and then when it is a slow song, I know we shouldn't, like, break it up like that, but, like, I feel like I want to always see fast songs. Mm-hmm. And then the one time that I excuse giving you a slow song, and then I prefer you to get a slow song, is when it's, like an older queen, like when it's, like, a Latrice or something, because then at least I know she's going to turn the slow song. I don't necessarily want to see Latrice turning, like, a Cardi song, though she could do that too, but I actually would prefer to see her turning a slow song with emotion, because she really sells that. But when it's, like, these younger queens, I want to see them move. I want to see how you move. That's the thing. I want to see how.
I would have loved for them to do, like, a really old Kylie song or a really old Cher song, because
or even that,
so outside of themselves.
Yeah.
So.
But I just would like to have seen how Boa moved. I'm curious how she moves, but I guess I can look it up on her. I'm sure she has videos of her dancing.
I don't think very fast, honey, so my crystal ball will tell you that.
That is true.
There would have been a lot of back and forth armography.
Well, how about when Elona did that sad turn and then they tried to add, like, dramatic effects?
Because it really wasn't all that dramatic, and they had to add that sound effect. It was like.
But I know Elona can move, though, because she was giving us the right beat for Girlfriend.
Right. Well, I didn't watch that, but I need to. So, but that's what I'm saying. They've given her songs that were, like, of her generation, of her now. Because especially, like, I think it would be really, if I was on Drag Race, it would be really hard for me to do the material of the past 10 years. But if they gave me, like, Britney, Paula, Janet,
it would be hard for you to do the material of the past 10 years?
I don't understand the music of today. I really don't. Like, the Demis, the Selenas, the Becky G's.
What do you mean you don't understand them?
I don't get it. I don't get the appeal. They can't really sing. They can't really dance. I don't find them that charismatic.
See, you guys, this is how you end up becoming that old man, like the dad, because they don't keep up with the times. It's fine to like the music that you grew up with, but you should at least be able to acknowledge and appreciate new music too, because that's how you stay young, bitch.
Well, I like Cardi B and Megan Thee Stallion and Doja Cat.
Well, then you should. Well, then yeah.
Remember
keeping up.
Remember when I called her Doja the cat for 6 months?
Well, see, that's when you take away the points. But, but yeah, no. Well, what song would be your ideal song to turn it to?
Janet Jackson's Escapade.
Ooh.
Or Paula Abdul's Cold Hearted Snake.
But are you going to give us dancing? Because you can't do that song without giving us dancing.
I lived. That was my favorite moment when it was, what was that queen? The black queen who was like,
oh,
Coco Montrese. Yeah, when Coco Montrese was like, I want them to see every word as if I was Paula Abdul herself.
Yes, that's true.
That was good. That was good. That was her best. That was her best thing.
That was her best thing. She almost is in a
so why hasn't she done All Stars?
True. Maybe she'll do it next season.
Yeah, I hope so. I would like to see a little Coco Montrese renaissance.
Yeah. Who's another?
She's always winning those pageants still.
I know, that's true. Who's another girl for All Stars?
I don't know. Let's not get too off topic. Okay.
Well, yeah.
So, we are interested in Canada Drag Race. We want to know your thoughts.
Tell us what you thought of this episode.
Comment. Subscribe.
Like. Most importantly, subscribe and like.
Repost.
Yes.
All right.
Thank you guys. See you guys next time.